This is Jim Kolbe. I'm from Arizona. I grew up on a cattle ranch and farm in southern Arizona, and I understood what good, hard work was about. I went to Washington when I was 15 years old to serve as a page in the United States Senate. My sponsor was Barry Goldwater, and I had a great deal of admiration for him. He was a person that believed in principle, and he worked across parties to get things done. And I've tried to follow that ever since I've been in politics. When I went to Congress many years later and served for 22 years in the House of Representatives, I had two great mentors. One was John McCain, a Republican, a senator from my state, and a very good friend. And the other was Mo Udall, another very good friend, a Democrat who had run for president. Both of them understood that we weren't going to get things done in Congress. We weren't going to get things accomplished in this country if we didn't work together. We didn't try to put aside partisan politics and find solutions that worked in a bipartisan fashion. And that's what I think most Americans want us to do, is to find common ground. Through the years, I've been a strong supporter, a loyal supporter of Republican presidential candidates, because I thought, by and large, they represented the values that I thought were important, because I believed in basically four definite principles that I thought the Republican Party stood for. One was that balancing budgets, or coming as close to balancing budgets as possible, fiscal responsibility, I guess you'd call that. Second, I believe that the United States needed to take a strong leadership role in the world, to play its part in the world. And third, I believe very strongly that the United States needs to be a beacon of freedom and democracy around the world. And those principles of freedom and democracy are ones that we should extend to the rest, or put our hand out and extend to the rest of the world. And fourth, I believe in open markets, free trade and open markets. The Republican Party simply doesn't adhere to those basic principles that I think are the foundation of the Republican Party. And that's why I'm supporting Joe Biden for president this year. I know Joe Biden to be a person that is willing to talk to others, to work across the aisle, and to try to solve problems. He's not ideological. He's not a strong partisan. He's a person who wants to solve problems. He's a person who cares about people. And I know this from my own work with him. I know a lot of Republicans are worried right now about whether they could vote for Joe Biden, because they're worried about whether he's going to be drawn to the left or he's going to be made much more of a partisan. I don't think that's the case. Joe Biden is not that kind of a person. He's the kind of guy that's going to reach out to all people, independents, Republicans, Democrats, and try to work with them to try to solve the problems that we face in this country. And that's exactly what we have to have right now. We're more divided than we've been in many, many years. And we need somebody who can work across the aisle, can work across the parties to unify people, to bring people together. And I think that is Joe Biden. He'll do that. So I'm going to be voting for Joe Biden this year. It's the first time I voted for a Democrat for president. But I'm voting for Joe Biden because I believe he is the person that can unify this country. He is the person that can work with Republicans and Democrats and independents to solve the problems we face in this country. He is the person that can bring people together. And he is the person that we need for leadership in this country right now.